If you joined me last week, you might remember we talked about that aha moment, that instant where noise turns into meaning. This week, I was trying to compile all those recent aha moments I had. And today's been one of those days like that scene from the Inside Out movie where the little memory crew is deciding what to keep and what to put out in memory dump and toss it. That's kind of what I've been doing. But instead of memories, I'm sorting ideas, systems, and links. Then it hit me. Those core memories, like in the movie, they're like your brand's SOPs, the non negotiables that guide every single decision. They tell you what to keep and what to let go of. Okay, so let's talk about what to focus on during this process. In a world where there's just endless information coming at you, how do you actually find what to focus on? Those core memories again. But how do you know what's actually important versus what's noise? That's the problem we're going to try and solve today. And this is where this whole idea of core memories comes into play. This is the key. This is how we start moving from all that clutter and chaos into something real, some real genuine clarity. So what are these steps? Think of them like this. Core memories are your non-negotiables. They're the absolute foundational principles that guide every single decision you make. They're basically your internal compass, always pointing you north. On one side, you've got a core principle. It guides you, it creates consistency. It's a non negotiable. It's your compass. Then on the other side, you've got a passing idea. It's fleeting, it adds noise. And this is the important part. You can get rid of it. You can just discard whatever is getting in your way. That's the filter we're talking about. But here's the thing. This isn't just some abstract mental trick for organizing your thoughts. No. The really powerful part is when you realize this exact process is happening all the time, everywhere in our lives. At work, your filter might be that project life cycle and making sure it moves the needle. In your body, it's literally digestion. Your body knows what it needs to nourish it and what it can get rid of. At the gym, it's the same feedback your muscles give you when you're trying a new workout plan or you want to hit those gains. And on social media, a brand's voice is that filter that keeps everything coherent. It's that same pattern over and over again. And when you strip it all back, the process is always the same. You're listening for feedback. You're creating coherence. It all starts with knowing your compass, being absolutely clear on those core principles right from the get-go. Okay, so let's talk about turning all those safe posts into actual power. And yeah, the next part is for you, the digital creator. You know who you are, the person with 1,000 bookmarks and a camera roll full of screenshots. Seriously though, this one is for you. For the one who's just scrolling right now, saving posts, collecting ideas, and then they just sit there. Do you really ever go back and look? If you felt just a little called out, good. Because this is your chance to turn that habit into something powerful. On one side, you've got all that stuff you've saved, all the posts, all the bookmarks, just potential energy, pixels in storage, taking up space. So what flips the switch? What turns it into actual power? One simple word, coherence. I'm sure we've all heard the saying, knowledge is power. But this right here challenges that. Knowledge isn't power. It's only potential power. That little shift changes everything. Because if all that knowledge is just sitting there, what actually turns it on? Coherence is what turns it on. It's the act of connecting those scattered dots back to your core principles, back to your compass. That's what unlocks its value. And yeah, it sounds great, right? But how do we actually do it? Let's get practical. Step 1, know your compass. Identify those core principles. Step 2, connect the bright ones. When one idea excites you, link it back to that compass. Step 3, let the rest fade gracefully. Let go of what doesn't fit anymore. And that brings us full circle, back to that initial feeling. If you've ever felt like your mind, your work, or your body was just full of old files just slowing you down, I want to leave you with a question. What old files are taking up space? What clutter in your head is keeping you from focusing on what truly matters? Thanks for listening and thinking with me in the Listening Lab. Your one move today? Pick one idea, link it to your compass, and let one old file fade. If you want my help building your own coherence system, or you just want me to break this down for your world, sports, business, content, or food, DM me or reply with your question and a tiny goal. Remember, knowledge is not power, it's potential power, and coherence turns it on. See you next episode.